An employee contract is an agreement between an employer and an employee that outlines the terms and conditions of their employment relationship. It is an important document that sets expectations for both parties and helps protect the rights and interests of each. In this video, we'll discuss the key elements that should be included in an employee contract. Job description. The job description is an important part of an employee contract because it outlines the scope of work and responsibilities that the employee will be expected to complete. This includes the title, duties, reporting structure, and the nature of the work. It is important for the job description to be as specific as possible so that both the employer and the employee understand the expectations of the role. Compensation and benefits. An employee contract should also outline the employee's compensation and benefits package, including the salary or hourly rate, any additional benefits such as health insurance, retirement benefits, or stock options, and any bonuses or incentive programs that are available. The employee should have a clear understanding of how they will be compensated for their work, and the employer should understand what they will be paying for. Work schedule. The work schedule is another important element of an employee contract. It should outline the regular work hours, days off, and any overtime or extended hours that may be required. The work schedule should also include any flexible work arrangements, such as remote work or alternative work schedules. Intellectual property. Intellectual property is a valuable asset in today's economy, and it is important for an employee contract to protect the employer's intellectual property rights. This includes any patents, trademarks, copyrights, or other proprietary information that the employer may own. An employee contract should outline the employee's obligations to protect the employer's intellectual property, including any non-disclosure or non-compete agreements. Confidentiality. Confidentiality is another important aspect of an employee contract. It should outline the employee's obligation to keep all confidential information of the employer confidential, including any trade secrets, client data, or other sensitive information. This not only protects the employer's business interests but also enables the employee to build trust with their employer. Termination. The termination clause of an employee contract outlines the circumstances under which the employer or the employee can terminate the employment relationship, including notice periods and other conditions. This is an important provision that protects both the employer and the employee, as it clearly sets out the process that will be followed in the event of termination. Severance. Severance provisions set out the form and amount of severance that an employee is entitled to in the event of a layoff or termination without cause. This provision can provide employees with greater financial security, and it can also be a valuable tool for employers in attracting and retaining top talent. Dispute resolution. The dispute resolution clause is another important element of an employee contract. It sets out the process that will be followed in the event of a dispute between the employer and the employee, including any alternative dispute resolution mechanisms that may be available, such as mediation or arbitration. Conclusion. In conclusion, an employee contract is an important document that sets out the terms and conditions of the employment relationship between an employer and an employee. The key elements that should be included in an employee contract include the job description, compensation and benefits, work schedule, intellectual property, confidentiality, termination, severance, and dispute resolution. By including these essential elements in their employee contracts, employers can protect their business interests, build trust with their employees, and attract and retain top talent.